Now, all right, where's Bernard?
He's gone.
He's taken off. Oh, no, he's coming back. God, we were down a soldier. What are you doing, Bernard?
I'm here, Jim. Just getting the phone charged. Your phone's going a bit flat.
Righto, what are you doing for the rest of this magnificent Easter weekend?
Well, might sit back and watch Port Adelaide play Melbourne here locally tonight.
Righto.
Game, that.
Speaking of the games on the
look at
weekend. We're on radio.
Visual.
Oh, look at that. What are you looking at?
Who's put it on this button and it charges?
He's only just worked that
Can we
out.
just say that it's about his phone?
The technology's only been around for 15 years.
And
Bill,
these pads have been here ever since we've come into these studios.
Well, how come I've never known about them?
Because you don't know about most things in life. You only just got Wi-Fi.
I did.
Your house just got Wi-Fi.
And I don't know if it's beneficial or not.
And a beneficial.
I don't think it's any beneficial or not. Fair income, Jim.
Well,
It's
have you put your TV on Wi-Fi?
No.
Well, that's the first thing you got to do.
You need to retune it.
I actually have. I get Stan and all that.
Yeah,
now.
well,
Wow,
Oh,
weird.
good.
Oh,
So it's a good
finally.
TV, James.
Finally. Well, yeah, that's my TV.
No, your
which-
shit
no,
TV's
it's
in the
now
bedroom.
perfect.
No, it's in the bedroom.
Well, have you linked that to Wi-Fi?
No.
Well, it will be perfect as soon as you do.
Told me a shit.
No, I did
TV.
not.
You told me that.
It's
That you
a
overcharged you for
perfectly
it.
good TV. And I charged him bugger all.
500. It's worth about two.
It was, yeah, $2,000. So you got a huge reduction out of me. It still uses a checkbook.
No, I've given that up.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, it's too hard.
He still uses cash.
Still carries cash, which no one has
You
anymore.
know, Armour Guard's gone
Why
down.
can't I use cash at the stadiums? Tell me that. Give me one good reason why I can't walk
Because
in there.
they don't carry cash in tills anymore. It's just tap. Everyone tap,
it's still-
tap, taparoo.
I don't give a shit about the tap tap. Mate, it's still a legal tender. It's a legal
But they
tender.
don't want to. It's like you know this at your pub. You don't. If you don't have to carry a till.
No, we like cash at the
Oh no, you do.
we like cash at the
But
pub.
the MCG and Marvel, they don't want to carry any cash. No cash.
Well, it's a legal tender. That's all I say.
All right. I'll tell you what I've got in front of me here.
What do you got, Jimmy?
An email.
From? From a listener?
Actually, Rooster, his name is.
Rooster.
Rooster from Dargo.
Dargo. Where's Dargo?
Dear Jim, you are a
Near
legend.
Bright. Dargo's near Bright, Bill.
There you go. Hose knows where it is.
How do you know?
Dargo.
Now,
You
Because
get
I
on
get
your
around.
motorbike, do you? And
Shut up.
pop a couple of monos.
Monos. You couldn't.
pop a mono. Now, this email, only Hose has seen it, is asking for something to come out of the vault.
Oh, yeah.
The Triple M football vault.
Yes.
And what
Are we
this
able
is,
to?
well, what this is asking for is something that is so politically incorrect we can't do it anymore.
Oh.
Although I wouldn't mind it being brought
Yes.
back. Here we are. He says the following, Bernard.
Yep.
Dear Jim,
You are.
you are the undisputed king of things. I don't think anyone... They don't actually have to write this in there anymore.
Flog.
It's implied.
People already understand it. But
Undisputed.
nice respect.
Undisputed this time, though.
And manners from Rooster, so I appreciate that. I have been a rusted-on Saturday Rub fan for 20 years, and I miss the 360-degree feedback segment.
I don't.
Please bring it back. Go Giants, Rooster from Dargo. So there's a reason we don't do the 360 anymore,
Why is that?
because it's probably not allowed in the modern...
You've fractured us a few times.
Did you start this all before it actually happened?
I'll tell you what
The
happened.
360.
Where this came from was a man with a genuinely hideously big nose, a tunnel cliff. And he came in and said, I think this would work. And I said, because remember leading teams, Bernard?
Yes,
Did you have leading
yes.
teams at
Yeah,
any of
we
the
had
clubs
that.
you're at?
Yep.
So explain what happens with leading teams.
So, well, it's
What happened to the Crows?
That's different.
Actually, no, that's different. That's a camp.
That was a camp.
But it's basically feedback. Stop doing what you should stop doing. Start doing. Keep doing.
But you put it out the front of the room,
wait.
Bern, aren't you? Just to
Well-
recap that.
Well, they reckon it was all random, but it just somehow I was always out the front.
And brutal honesty, wasn't it?
The other few rotated, but it was always me. But yeah, brutal honesty. You couldn't take it. You had to action your feedback and follow up and all that stuff. But it was pretty confronting, some of the stuff that was said, yes.
And did blokes filthy up?
Yes, Mark Turbo retired, Mark Stevens, during one of them. He just walked out.
I'm done.
During a 360.
This is too much. Too much. I'm
Premiership
out.
player for the Crows.
Walked out.
Walked out.
Walked out.
Jeez, I did not know that.
There's a story there.
Well, that is filthying up.
Never
Yeah,
heard
no,
that.
that filthied up.
All right, so on the back
didn't
of
have
that, leading teams did the 360-degree feedback. Snorkel said, I think we should do this on air. And I said to him, I think this is a very bad idea. I mean, a very bad idea. There's Gary, Spud, myself, and Damo. This is from June 22, 2013. Now, the whole segment's on Listener, isn't it, host?
Yes, on the Triple M Footy channel.
Righto. So you can listen to it all. This is an abridged version.
And before you throw it, remember those mornings when we knew they were coming up and we didn't talk to each other from that meeting at 11:30 because we were trying to scheme our way through it, and then when it hit go, we just tensed up.
Well, and the other thing was, you had a little bit for Purple, you had a little bit for Gaz, and they had a little bit, mainly it was Spud.
That's what happened.
You ended up with like 3 A4 pages, a bit on Purples and a bit on Gaz, and then a whole page on Spud. And he just copped.
How did Spud take
He
it?
did not well at all. Too grumpy, Gary, you've been lately. For my liking. Way too grumpy. We know your team's battled, but you got to come into work with a smile on your face and get on with it. I'll be brutally honest.
No, it's going right, these.
The North Melbourne Football Club have had pretty ordinary patches through the last 5 years, but I've turned up, Gary, and got on with it without being grumpy.
Warrior, listen, you're a nerd, and stop trying. Listen, stop trying to be cool, okay? And you tried to do it in a number of different ways, and none of them work. And it's up to me to tell you, you're a nerd. And your latest incarnation is you're trying to dress trendy, and it doesn't work, Warrior. You haven't got the frame, all right? It's just something that doesn't hold clothes well. So, stop trying your dark denim, your sexy sort of frames, your fur-lined jacket, and your black high-top sneakers with your jocks hanging out of your bloody ass.
I don't do that.
Hey, now, Warrior,
I'll cop the other stuff.
listen, no talking. You're a nerd. Embrace your inner nerd. Your look is this going forward. A plain chino, flat front. you whip yourself down the Clarks and get yourself a pair of brown lace-ups. You get a button-down long-sleeve shirt in 2 different colours, and you rotate them. And if you want to push the boat out, go to Harris Scarf and get something from there. But you are a nerd, and that is the bottom line. So stop trying to pretend you're anything else. You want to kick off with Jim or what?
You kick off.
No, you.
No, you go.
Don't worry, why don't you?
All right.
Well, one of you do it.
Treadmill gate's still something that bemuses a lot. No, I know it's old stuff on the green stuff. The birthday cake was the straw that broke the camel's back. I think the club has become all about you. I really do. And I think you're using the North Melbourne Football Club as a personal agenda. I agree with that. To get a bit of me time. It's all about me. Me and my little shorts and my little silhouette and my little arms flapping along. Big Goo Petrie next. How you going, Jay? How's your day, mate? Oh, I'm going well. I'm on 9.5 kilometres per hour. I'm going to put it up 1 degree. You've lost it, Joe, mate.
Leadership is about standing up and leading. Ultimately, and you're not a leader if people don't follow you. And you've been, I don't know, gifted. I would have thought. I don't think we ever selected you, but you've been gifted. I'm damn sure we didn't select you. So gifted the leadership of this group. Jim.
Yes.
Lead. You're never here.
I can't
You're just never here.
How many games he
goes, where's Jim? Oh no, it's North Melbourne weekend. He can't do it. I say, our leader's gone for the next 8 weeks. Where's Jim next week? Oh, it's Port Fairy weekend. I've got to go home and get away and have to fly with my kids. I say, he's not leading. No, he's not. Oh, don't lead. No, he's not leading. Where's Jim this weekend? I'll catch up with Bluey weekend. I've got to have a beer with Bluey. Where's Dennis? My great mate Dennis Lilly. I'll catch up with him. Oh, what about Beefy Botham? He's coming out for a dinner and lunch. I can't go to the footy. I've got to talk to Beefy. Jim, lead, man, lead.
Spud, what I've heard you say a lot in recent times, comments like, what am I, a dag on a sheep's ass? I'm not invited to dinner. I'm not allowed to sit in business class. Wake up and smell the coffee. Spud, we don't like you that much. You're not quite one of our mates. You're not quite out of the top drawer. You got to get comfortable with that.
Oh no, it's the text.
No talking back. You've just got to understand where you sit in the order. The best blokes bat 3. You're batting 7 or 8. And we hope you can graft out a 20 or 30 for us. That's about it, Spud.
Now, the other thing.
Oh, and more.
Oh, no more.
You did get your chompers done, so don't deny it. And you still are in denial. You got 6 of them coloured that you still haven't put your hand up for. And when you do games with Roosie, mate, it's not a talking competition. You and Roosie doing a Fox game, mate. My head blows up. I sit there and go, I can't have this anymore.
He's just throwing a Diet Coke can.
Shut up for a minute.
Oh, this is...
Spud.
Well, what?
Why did I cop the can? He was the one that was giving it to you.
Bloody
The Melbourne thing hurt him.
talking fest, I'm telling you. Take your breath, Spud. Take your breath. Your head's going to blow up.
What Gary said is absolutely spot on. You haven't acknowledged the other 9 teeth that you had white. You're basically trying to tell us it's only 1. There are 9. Oh, my God. 17 minutes that went for.
Oh,
That is
And
good.
Purple
Poor old
got a
Spud.
fight.
poor old
There's
Spud.
lots more in that 17 minutes on Purple.
Yeah.
It probably is, I'm sure.
Not quite from the top drawer. Yeah, poor old Spud.
Not our mate.
We're not really mates.
Hey.
Bernard, it's as brutal going through as you've ever
I'll tell
got.
you who else had
So
a good 360 feedback. Malcolm Blight. But he'd give it to you
But
direct.
180.
Actually, it was 180.
It's going one way. I like it. Yeah,
Should we call him that? Yeah.
You have to.